What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 003 coming at you with another YouTube video. And today I'm gonna be talking about how to beat the second boss, or just tips on how what helped me beat the second boss. So when you first start fighting this boss, it might just seem like you just can't even get a hit in on this guy. That's definitely how I felt at first. But once you learn a few key things, you realize like this it can be really easy. And I'm gonna hop into one of the things that I learned that made this boss fight a lot easier for me, especially the first phase. So for the first phase of the fight, what I didn't notice until like the second or third time I was fighting this guy is that there's staffs and stuff lined up all outside of the little map that you're fighting in. There's staffs lined up all across the wall. And what that means for you is, because in this game, like bottles, bats, and all of those melee weapons, you can throw those at enemies. And when you do that, it automatically stuns the enemy. So you can go in and do a few attacks before the enemy goes back into attack mode. And what also makes this easier is it's not just like a few staffs that are on the walls. It's a whole bunch of them. Like, it's plenty enough staffs on here for you to actually just use this method of just throwing the staffs at them over and over again to beat the first phase of this boss fight, because it's literally like probably 8 or 10 of them lined up across the wall, and then you can just kind of wail on them whenever you hit him. But granted, you're not gonna hit him every time you throw him, because he is gonna dodge some of them, and sometimes you might just throw it and it'll just miss because it was a bad throw. But it's cool because there's so many of them, you can just go pick up another one from the wall or just pick up the one that you threw. So yeah, that was how I beat the first phase in this boss fight. And yeah, it just made it incredibly easy, and it will for you too, because it's really simple. And some people might not like this method or whatever, but if you're like me, I haven't really mastered the parrying in this game yet. So like, I'm still trying to get that down, because it actually is kind of difficult to get used to the parrying in this game, because it's kind of difficult to do, because enemies move fast. They move like you, like literally they dodge like you, they pick up weapons like you, they throw stuff at you like you do. So yeah, hats off to Slow Clap, the developers, for actually making some pretty intelligent AI.
You're almost as good as Yang.
But yeah, this will definitely get you through the first phase of the fight really easy. And yeah, now for the second phase. Now the second phase is a little different, because there are no staffs or anything to pick up. I don't believe so. At least I didn't see any. So you're not gonna be able to just use this same method. You're gonna actually have to see what them hands about. You're gonna actually have to see. But honestly, what I did, like I said, I'm not that good at parrying, and this guy can be relentless at times. So basically what I did, I just kind of kept my distance, or literally sometimes I just ran around the map and I just waited on my opening. And there's one move in particular that he does to where it has the longest cooldown for when he actually like stops attacking and before he actually goes back into attack mode. And what that move is this overhead move that he does, to where he just brings the staffs over his head and he just hits the ground. And after he does that, he's gonna dash backwards, and he's just gonna have like a second to where he's gonna be vulnerable to attacks, and he's not gonna be in attack mode. So yeah, that's what I found to be the most effective way and easiest way to take him out in the second phase of this fight, is just basically waiting for him to do that overhead move so I could just go in and get a few hits in on him. Because there are other moves that he does to where he has a little small cooldown to where you can hit him a little small window. But honestly, those windows are so small that if you aren't like parrying or just right close to him right after he does them, like, he's gonna punish you, because you're gonna get close to him, you know, thinking that he's not gonna be in attack mode, but the whole time he's finna get right back into attack mode, because unless it's that overhead move, the rest of those moves have a very, very small cooldown, and he's finna start right back attacking you. So yeah, that's really all you have to do to beat this guy in the second phase. Is just wait for that overhead move, and also pay attention to your little special move. It's L2 for me, but I don't know what it is for you guys. But just make sure you're paying attention to that meter when it fills up. Hit them with that move too, because that's a move they can't dodge or anything. But be careful because you can get hit while you're trying to do that move as well. So if you're not really good at parrying, these tips right here that I'm giving you guys will really help you breeze through this guy with very little damage and especially very little deaths. Probably no deaths if you follow these steps like to a T. So yeah, that's it for the video basically. I appreciate everybody that watched it, and if you would like the video, subscribe if you already haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all be easy. Peace.